Hello, everybody. Eric here on Sunday, December 31st. Happy New Year, folks. Um, and I just have a little itty bitty tiny book haul video. These are the books that I got with the gift cards I received for Christmas. My nephew and niece in law got me a Barnes and Noble gift card. My parents and my sister both got me Amazon gift cards. They lasted about 5 minutes. I immediately ordered some books. And so I thought I'd share the books that I got with my holiday gift cards. I just have a little stack here. It's not a lot. I think it's 8 books. But we're going to jump right in. Do or Die by Josh Reynolds. This is a zombicide novel from Aconite Publishing. And I don't know if it's a direct sequel. It's a sequel, but it might be a standalone sequel, if that makes sense. Josh Reynolds has another zombicide book, which is called All or Nothing. So this has the same main character, but I don't know. I haven't read the other one, so I don't know if that has an ending or if this is a continuation or just another book with the same character. But anyway, Zombicide is a tabletop game. A lot of fun. I have the Marvel Zombies version, and in the base game you play as zombified superheroes, but you can get the X-Men game that allows you to play as human heroes fighting the zombies as opposed to zombies eating humans. This is straight up zombicide. You're humans. Well, the characters generally are humans fighting zombies and stuff. I dig the covers. I've read a couple of the books in this series, or at least one, but I dig it. It's fun. There's the back. All right, now, these 3 books, let me put them in this order. We have the Triquetra. This is Dark Tide Book 9 from Crystal Lake Publishing, and it's 3 stories, Celtic fairy tales, according to this, by Jason Parent, William Meikle, and Curtis M. Lawson. And generally in this series, it's just 3 stories with a central theme, but it seems that in this one the stories tie together, because reading the back, it's telling me about each one, but at the end of the first one it says, unbeknownst to them, their fates are linked and dependent upon the next 2 tales. So, and then reading the rest, about the other 2 tales, it seems like there's some sort of link, especially since the first story and the second story have to do with surviving a plane crash. But Dark Tides, Book 9, and Unholy Triquetra, no idea how to pronounce that. And then we have The Dead Shall Rise, Dark Tide Book 10 by Jay Wilburn, Armand Rosamilia, and Aaron Lewis. Zombie, 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 it says there. Of course, Crystal Lake Publishing. 3 zombie stories. Simple enough. And then we have Sherlock Holmes and the Arcana of Madness, a horror mystery, Dark Tide Book 11. This is Nashing. I apologize. Nashing T. Casa, Angela Eureka Smith, and John Linwood Grant. You can see that first name. I apologize for probably not even coming close to the proper pronunciation. This is 3 Sherlock Holmes stories, but with apparently this, I think it's 3 Sherlock Holmes stories, but it's tied together. Yes, it says this trilogy, comprising A Promise of Blades, The Adventure of the Tarot Card Prophecies, and The Riddle of the Red Tower, invites readers into the enigmatic world of prophecy, art, and the supernatural, with each tale bound by the common thread of Dad's, which is Richard Dad's mystical tarot cards. So somehow all 3 of these stories, I don't know if they necessarily tied together, but have something to do with these mysterious tarot cards. Um, Big Sherlock Holmes fan. So there you go. And this is, at the time of this recording, I believe the most recent book in the Dark Tide series. I don't know if there are going to be more, but now I have them all at this point. Speaking of Sherlock Holmes, we have Sherlock Holmes and the Highgate Horrors by James Lovegrove. It's a Cthulhu case book. The Cthulhu case books. Now, this is a nice little hardcover, kind of old-fashioned, no dust jacket or anything. And this is the fourth book in the Cthulhu case books series by James Lovegrove. I'll just tell you, the first was Sherlock Holmes and the Shadwell Shadows, and Sherlock Holmes and the Miskatonic Monstrosities, and then Sherlock Holmes and the Sussex Sea Devils. And this is just a whole bunch of short stories, Sherlock Holmes versus, I believe it's short stories, but Sherlock Holmes versus the Cthulhu mythos. And written as if, it's the stories being told by Watson. James Lovegrove has done quite a lot of Sherlock Holmes stuff. Aside from this 4-book series, he's got 3 books that I think of as Christmassy. I'm not sure they're all Christmas. They look Christmas. There's a red one, a green one, and a blue one. I've read one of them so far. And he's got some other Sherlock Holmes books from Titan Books. This is from Titan Books. They might all be, but there's one series in particular from Titan Books where the covers are all similar, and I have all of those. He's done some in there. But anyway, the Cthulhu case books, Sherlock Holmes and the Highgate Horrors. Big fan of James Lovegrove, Sherlock Holmes, Cthulhu. All right, only 3 more books. I told you this is a pretty small book haul. It's another one from Titan Books, and this is Aliens Bishop by T.R. Napper. I'm trying to read it backwards. Looking at the screen. T.R. Napper. As I said, it's from Titan Books. It is the latest of the Alien or Aliens books from Titan, and this one focuses on the character of Bishop. I believe it's in Alien 3, where is he just a head at that point and says, just shut me down. There's no point in me going on. Just shut it all down. But, they're not going to do that. Weyland-Yutani wants the knowledge in his head. Other corporations want the knowledge in his head. He's seen things. He's been there. They want it. So, this is the story of Bishop post Alien 3. I don't know if it's going to have any flashbacks. If we're going to see any of Bishop previous to that. But this is about the different corporations, the different people that are after what remains of Bishop and what's in his head. Because people want xenomorphs. So you go, Aliens Bishop by T.R. Napper. That's pretty cool. Kind of minimalist cover. I dig it. Then we have Knock Knock Open Wide by Neil Sharpson. That was difficult for me to read backwards. This is a Tor Nightfire book. It took me a while to get this one. It was out months ago. I was at Barnes & Noble and bought like 3 or 4 Tor Nightfire books. So this was out at the time, but they didn't have it. I finally got around to picking this up. And years ago, something happens to this woman. And then 2 decades later, some other stuff happens. We meet who I assume is going to be our main character, Betty Fitzpatrick. She meets a young woman, and that young woman's mother is the person this thing happened to 20 years ago. And so there's family secrets, but there's also this TV show, a children's show that people don't, let's see. Aisling has become convinced that the horrors inflicted on her family are connected to a seemingly innocent children's TV show. Everyone in Ireland watched this show in their youth, but Aisling soon discovers that no one remembers it quite the same way. And only she seems to remember its star, a small black goat puppet who lives in a box and only comes out if you don't behave. They say he's never come out. Almost never. So, sounds like a wild ride. I've really enjoyed everything I've read from Tor Nightfire so far. There's only a small fraction of what they've put out, but I'm very excited for this. Excuse me. And finally, possibly my favorite cover out of all of these, because it's very throwback. This is The Nighthouse by Joe Nesbo. When the voices call, don't answer. Love that cover. So Joe Nesbo, best known for his Harry Holes novels, including The Snowman, which was made into a movie, which I hear is absolutely terrible, starring Michael Fassbender. And but this is, I believe, his first horror novel. The cover caught my eye. The fact that it was Joe Nesbo, even though I've not read any of the Harry Holes books or anything, but it seems to be my kind of thing, and just here we go. So Richard is our main character. When a classmate named Tom goes missing, no one believes Richard when he says the telephone booth out by the edge of the woods sucked Tom into the receiver. What else do you need to hear to want to read The Nighthouse? I mean, that sounds crazy. Hopefully, it won't disappoint. But it just sounds like good old-fashioned paperback from hell kind of horror. If people are getting sucked into a phone. Who knows, though? I have no idea because I just got it. Don't know what's going on. Haven't read it. This might be going very close to the top of the TBR, though. That's it. That's what I picked up with my holiday gift cards. Just 8 books, but I think they're all going to be very, very good. At least I hope they are. That's why I bought them. There you have it. So, did you folks get any books for Christmas or for any holidays? I don't want to be exclusionary. For any gift giving during the holiday season, did you receive any books? I mean, you can tell me about any presents you've received if you want to, but this is a book haul video. So, did you receive any books? Did you get any gift cards that you used to buy books? Let's talk about the new books everybody's getting down in the comments below. If you have any comments, questions, or corrections, please put those in the comments below. Comments are open for spoilers. Just post spoiler warning. We try to be polite here on my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. All the usual YouTube stuff. And if you'd care to follow me on other social media, my Twitter is @Ronin5757. My Instagram, where I post pictures of books, comic books, board games, and fuzzy animals, is EricSmith5757. That's Eric with a K, ERIKSMITH5757. And if you're on Blue Sky, I am @EL Smith. That is all I have for you this time. So until next time, read more books.